Good morning and good evening for your time. This
Good
is our
morning.
good morning. All right, so it's our second class of learning Sanskrit. So just I had prepared just a very high level course outline just to get an idea. I mean, this might change as we move forward, depending on what we want to achieve and how we progress. But just to have a sense of what we are going to do, I just wanted to get an idea for myself and others. So the first one here I have listed as phonetics and the letters that we are going through right now. And then we are going to look at the Devanagari script, the script used to write Sanskrit letters in today. And then we'll cover simple nouns, verbs and their forms, and construct simple sentences using those nouns, verbs and forms. And at this point probably we'll look at a couple of dictionaries or maybe online dictionaries and how to look up the words in sentences in dictionaries, and then simple conversation using simple sentences and story reading. Then related to that, we would also look at word joining, which is called sandhi in Sanskrit, joining of the words, because the language is based on phonetics, the sounds, these words and the letters, when they are spoken, they follow a certain trend of joining. So we'll look at that. Then we'll look at some of the mantras or verses, their words and meanings. I mean, these mantras and words and meanings, we can take a look at that. I mean, not necessarily at the end, but maybe as a sample every class. This word joining is important because it is so common while speaking in the words, in the sentences and in the mantras also. So to understand the sentences properly, the meaning, so we would have to have some kind of idea about how these sounds are altered when pronouncing them in a sentence. So in that we looked at what is Sanskrit language, some introduction, and I was trying to get some kind of quote for today. So it's still not, the meaning is not complete, but so the thing is, Vidyaya Amrutamashnute, this is what is written here. There's a transliteration in this Roman script. Vidyaya Amrutamashnute, which means, Vidya means knowledge. Amrita means, it has a lot of meanings, but generally it means eternity. Ashnute means obtains. So one would obtain eternity. This is a literal meaning, saying the Amrita means eternity. But one we can also interpret as something great, achievable, something. So one would obtain good or eternity using with the help of right knowledge. Vidya is the right knowledge, just not any kind of knowledge, right knowledge, correct knowledge. So this is a quote from one of the Upanishads, a part of Vedas, something I thought it's good to share. we started looking at the alphabet, the sound system, the vowels and consonants. So basically, so this is a play of tongue, lips and throat, all the sounds in Sanskrit, in the Sanskrit alphabet. So with the oral cavity, a human can produce technically infinite number of sounds, right? So there is, because it is an analogous apparatus, so there is a continuity possible with the tongue and the lips. So in theory, we can produce infinite number of sounds and frequencies with the use of this different combination of tongues and lips at the different positions of throat in the oral cavity. However, in Sanskrit language, in the chart of the alphabet, the certain positions and certain positions in the throat and the tongue and the lips are defined to produce those the sounds which are included in the alphabet, the chart of the letters. So we are going to just study, because only these are used to form the words. So I have kept here prepared a table here, so we can keep on filling this filling up this table as we study these sounds. The first one we studied was a sound, like in America, or the other one example was but, or the example which was given in the homework was utter. So the first sound of utter, that umbrella, that sound, which is a short so there the muscles of the throat is relaxed, the tongue is also relaxed. That is the very first sound we produced. The sound or the air comes out, is pushed out. For every sound, any sound, we need to push the air out of the throat through the mouth, so that when the air comes out, it is either pushed out through the mouth or the nose, or both sometimes. So per these definitions, we have to know where this is going to be pushed out. So the air is going to pushed out, and then the throat, the muscles in the throat will be either in the relaxed status or in the tense status, and the tongue will be part of the tongue will be pointing to some place in the oral cavity, and the lips will form some kind of shape. So we last time we talked about this e, u, these first 6 sounds, which are shown here in this table. Relaxed throat, tongue is also relaxed. There's no movement as such. There's no special effort of the tongue, and the lips are in natural position, just and then wide open, the mouth wide open, just but in the relaxed status. Tongue again, no special position, no special effort, similar to but just wide open the mouth. Open the mouth wide. That is father. This is really wide. Harm, like that. Then now trying to pronounce E. Then here we need some effort for the tongue. So when we are trying to say E, the lips are stretched horizontally, not very wide open, E, but widely stretched sideways, and then the tongue is raised towards the roof of the oral cavity. The E, like that, E, and the air comes out. And here, when we are trying to say the E, as you say, compared to if you can touch your throat, neck actually outside, neck with your fingers, you can feel the tension there when you are saying E compared to your muscles move up there, the neck muscles, E. So that's the tension when you are saying there is a E. The same E sound pronounced for a longer time, E, is this sound, E, which is like a seat or beat, eel, or a seed, beat. So here we are representing the sounds of these words with some kind of symbol here, because we are still not we are going to learn the Devanagari script in a little while, but until that, just for our understanding, we can just use any kind of symbol to represent these sounds in writing. You can use, technically you can use anything. For example, I can use like a X, or I can use like a symbol of a fish or a bird or whatever. Like, but just as we know these letters in English, so we can use these for now. And once we learn Devanagari script, we can stop using these symbols for these sounds. So coming back a little bit about the homework.
What is yoga?
Yeah. The first, what is the ending sound in the word yoga? Actually, nowadays it has come to be known as yoga, like a yoga. Yoga, but that's not the original word of Sanskrit. That's what I had written here, because it just came to my mind, while writing it, while writing this homework. Yoga is not there is no A sound in yoga. The original word. It is just yoga. Yoga, like father. It's like made like but. Yoga. 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 There's no the mouth at the end of the word. Mouth is not wide open. It's just natural. Yoga. It's not like father. Yoga. It's not yoga, but yoga. That is the original word. But in English, when it has been imported into English, in all over it has been being pronounced as yoga. But in Sanskrit, original word is yoga.
Yoga.
Yeah. So that is this, the last one, small a sound. Otherwise, most of you have got everything right, except I think there was some confusion with relaxed and tense, but I think it should be clear now. So here also, for example, for what is the sound, first sound in the word utter. So here I'm using as answer, I'm using the transliteration, not the actual letter of the English alphabet. The transliteration, the symbol we used for the sound, that is again small a here in this case, like utter. So that was the only thing I noticed in your responses. So for it is relaxed. I'll just say R, or for the one just relaxed, and tongue is relaxed.
Yeah.
Lips.
What?
Natural. So here, here again relaxed, tongue relaxed, mouth wide open. E is tense, tongue raised, lips stretched. So this is same thing, double, tense, raised, stretched.
Raised.
Ooh, ooh. Ooh, here again, ooh is a tense, the muscle at the throat tense, and the tongue is raised, lips are rounded. This is the same thing with more time, double the time of ooh.
Pink, weak.
Now these three, the short e, that is like in pink or wink e, and e, ooh, the short ooh, e, ooh, the short ooh. These three vowels are very important because basically these are the foundations of other vowels. Using these three vowels, other vowels are formed. So these are called the base vowels or the simple vowels, the three simple vowels. And actually these form a these are very significant meaning in the Sanskrit language overall. And actually these three also form the sound Om also. When the sound O, and O is there, and the E sound is hidden in between. That sound is because E falls between and O, that is considered as the included one. So it's inclusive of these three vowels, the Om sound. So that is the universal base for the vowels. So the entire sound system is thought to be covered by these three base vowels. So moving on to the next vowel is these two vowels, three here, a bit tricky. So somebody help me saying the word river. How do you say this word? Betty, want to try? What is this first word? Huh?
River.
Yeah. Okay. River. So concentrate on the first sound, re.
River.
Yeah. That is the sound we are talking about. So what is the position here? Re. And what is the position? The muscles, the throat is not relaxed, Ri, where it is tense. And what is happening to the tongue here? What is the tongue position?
Tongue relax. Breathe.
Yeah, but this is not the difference between e. E, that the back portion of the tongue is, middle portion of the tongue is raised. Yeah, when I was saying E, the back portion of the tongue is raised, E, towards the middle portion of the oral cavity. But now here, when I was saying Ri, in the river, so here we are pointing the tongue upward, tip of the tongue upwards, right? So the way to pronounce this sound is not exactly like river, because there we are trying to say Ri. But now the next sound we are talking in the alphabet is Ru. So how this is pronounced is, keep saying E, keep saying E, and then move that tip of the tongue towards the roof of the mouth. Okay? Where you are trying to say river, see where the tip of the tongue is pointing when you say river. So that it is. So let me show you the diagram of the mouth here. Here, yeah. So we are talking about this Ri. When we say river, that Ri is pointing like this towards this position. The tip of the tongue is pointing somewhere, because here this is the back of the mouth here, and this is the middle portion of the mouth, and this is, we are calling top of the mouth, and this is the teeth. Here is the teeth position. So look at this number 3 position, which is like behind the teeth, where there's a hard part. So when we say river, the tip of the tongue is pointing towards that. So it's the same position, but now try to say E and then move that tongue towards that position and keep saying E. So when you say E and E, slowly move the tongue towards this position and keep saying E, but do not touch this position with the tongue. So there you go with that E, sound. This is without touch of the tongue to that the position in the mouth. Keep saying E and pointing the tip of the tongue up there, but little bit forward. For the river, it is completely pointing up. For Ri, slightly pointing, tip of the tongue is slightly pointing forward. Ri. Yeah, correct, exactly. That's fine. So that is our next sound in the alphabet. And yeah, the throat is tense. The tip is pointing, like tip of the tongue is pointing vertical there. And because we are trying to say first E there, and for the position of the tongue for the E is the back of the tongue is raised, right? Tongue is raised like as if we are saying E, but the tip of the tongue is pointing up. So this is the next sound, and I am using this notation for the symbol here with the uppercase R, just for the time being. And the same sound pronounced for a longer time, like read here.
Read.
Yeah.
Read.
There's a slight difference. It's approximately like re, but we are not trying to say re, but ru. The tip of the tongue, yeah, pointing forward. Ru. So both are similar, ru and ru. Only that timing is different. The duration. Ru is shorter. Ru is longer. Okay. So continuing this, I'm filling up this table. Throat is tense, tongue is raised, but also tip pointing up. Oh, let's say point tip up. Okay. And lips is, this is, you can't say stretch, because when we point the tip of the tongue up, this is a, I won't write anything. That is just you can experience that. What is the shape of that? Lips E is somewhat stretched. And somewhat rounded also. And still we can also use this notation, or just I will use fast for timing. And the next sound,
Not fun.
like this one. Who wants to, like, Dev Chandra, do you want to pronounce this table? Stephen? Oh,
Table. Table.
Yeah. Yeah. So in that, the sound of la there, the last sound, table, la. So there, here that is again approximate sound of what we are talking. Ru sound, ru, like ru sound. In the ru, we are pointing the tip of the tongue towards this roof of the mouth here, number 3. But for this one, tip of the tongue is pointing towards the back of the teeth, number 4 position. Yeah. So I'm trying to say E again, but tip of the tongue, instead of pointing to 3, the roof, we will be pointing towards the back of the teeth and the front teeth. So, but we are not going to touch, the tongue is not going to touch that back of the teeth. So there will be a small gap, trying to say E, and move the tip up, tip of the tongue up there, to the back of the teeth. E, trying to say E. So there is a difference when you put the tip of the tongue, point the tip of the tongue towards the roof, and there is and bring it to back of the teeth. So that sound, sound is the next on the chart. Yeah. This sound is very, very rare in the usage, but still because of one or two words, just one or two words, it is still there on the chart, because there are no other sounds which could have been replaced. I mean, actually, in the present day, the sounds what are retained on the alphabet chart of letters, it has reduced compared to what was there long time before. So it has been simplified, and some of the sounds have been left out. And the words which use the sounds, those have been converted to some other sounds in today's usage. So this is one of those sounds, but apparently there was no similar sound which could be used to substitute this sound, though it is used only in a very couple of words, very few words. So this sound still remains on the chart. So this both ru sound, like in river, but tip pointing forward, not up completely. River, ru and ru, and ru. The ru sound is still present in many words in Sanskrit language, like Rishi and Krishna. The Krishna, the r is this ru. This ru we are talking is this sound. Krishna.
Krishna.
Yeah. And la, this l sound, we'll look at one example a little later. So I write here T and so I was looking at raised, right? Raised. This raised, but tip back of teeth. So that's the L sound. Now, on the chart of letters, there is no elongated sound. Now, technically, we can make that sound, the elongated sound, but there are no words with that sound. So, on the chart, that sound is not there. That letter is not there with the elongated sound. Like how we have the elongated sound, the longer duration is ah, and elongated e is e. Ooh, ooh, ru, ru. So we have the counterparts. So we have the pairs, short, long. But for on the chart, there is no long, in the long part of it. There is no pair. So these two and these are also kind of simple, but they have some elements of other consonants in them. These two vowels, which are like R sound, like R, like a room, like that. That sound
Room.
Yeah, room. So those sounds are there, and this also though this is a vowel, but there is still some element or similarity when we say like love. Okay? So it is similar to that sound. So these are not very pure vowels. Okay? Now, so the simple pure vowels are e, u. Now moving on to the compound vowels. Compound, which are made of the other vowels, other simple vowels. Okay. The first one, fair. This is the word I'm using to approximate this next sound, like gate or fair. The
Yeah.
second, uh, the sound there after fair, after saying the first what is that? A, fair or gay. A sound there. A sound. A.
A for
When you say gate,
fair.
there is a happening there in between. Gate, mate,
Get me.
fair. Hmm. So that A sound there is the next on the chart. So how is that being pronounced? Uh, it is a mixture of and E. Right? When you say A, what is the
A.
position of? What is the position? Like again, we look at the three things here: throat, tongue, and lips. Right? So for the throat is relaxed, tongue is relaxed. For E, throat is tense and lips are stretched. So for A, the throat is relaxed, something like only, but the tongue is trying to say E, like raised. Tongue is raised towards the towards the top. So when we are trying to say try start saying then
Uh,
try to say E. When you are saying only, A,
E.
A,
E.
but keep the uh, lips stretched. A.
A.
Yeah. So when the and E are mixed, that changes to A.
A.
So here the throat is relaxed. When you say A, you can feel that A, which is the throat feels like only. It doesn't feel like E. A,
E.
relaxed, and the tongue is raised. Lips are like stretched, like E, A.
A.
So they're not here. So I just wanted to complete this chart. Throat is relaxed, this is raised and stretched. A. Again, because it is a combination of and E, and
A. E.
this A is a combination of and E. When start with and changing it to E is a mixture. The tongue is raised but throat is relaxed. So A, lips are stretched. So A. So there, is a short vowel. Is a short vowel like America. Short is not long like father. Short, and then E is also short like pink. E is also considered a short vowel, like it's not elongated. It's not long like E. So this A is made. It's a mixture of these two short vowels. Because of that, the A is considered long. There is only one version. There is no short version of A. When we say A, it automatically becomes long by nature because it is a mix of two short vowels, and E. So when we start with change it to E quickly, A. So you can do that quickly. When start with A, change to E quickly, A.
Quicker. Quicker.
So that is a mixture, and because we are mixing two short vowels, it becomes, by nature it is long, A. As far as the duration is concerned, A. Now the next on the and here for the just for our notation I'm using small e. We can use actually probably uppercase E. The next on the chart is something like the first sound in this word. First sound in the word I'll. I'll. I. When we are saying I, we are starting with A sound first. A, like father. A. Mouth wide open. A. Then mixing it with E. I. I. For the A sound, we started with A and quickly changed it to E. I. A. Quickly changed it to E. Then A plus E becomes A. But when we start with A and mix it with E, then it becomes I. So here the pronunciation, the mixing should be very fast, very quick. Like I. It is not I. There is no. It's not elongated like I. Like I go to. When we say I go to school or something, there the first I is probably, as I understand, it's a probability is like there is some elongation there. Yeah? I. But here it is, there is no elongation. I. Like I.
J.
Like I'll.
I.
This I sound where we pronounce I is just a single. It's no prolongation of like I. The I is not elongated completely here. It's I. So here it is again a mixture of A and E sound. A and E. Because it is a mixture, this is also considered long vowel. Because the two simple vowels A and E, it is a mixture. It is by nature, this I sound is also long. Now the first component for the first part of that I sound is A, right? That A sound is also elongated. See, when we look at the first two sounds here, A is a short, A is long. So in I, which is a combination mixture of these two, A and E, the first letter, the first sound A itself is long, right? So here we are mixing a long and short sound, A and E. But the resulting sound I is considered long only. It's not like the first is long, that the second part E is short. So how come the resulting sound is still long? But yes, it is long only. It is not considered like longer than long. So this is still long, I. Because the part of A we use to produce I sound is bit shorter, I. So we are not completely pronouncing A there. It's I. So the duration of I is still limited to the duration of that long, what is considered to be long vowel, like E, Fa, that A, like in father sound A, E, that long sounds, the I should also take the same amount of duration, I.
I.
It should not be too short, not too long, I. Yeah, next is, sorry, and I here I am representing that with this like AI symbol for the time being. So here also AI, same thing. This is relaxed, then same raised. But as you notice here, when we say raised, but there is a movement compared to when we are trying to say only E, the tongue is raised there. It is stationary but raised. Sorry, when we say E. But when we are trying to say A or I, the tongue is half raised because it is a mixture of, because is relaxed and the tongue is raised for E. For A and I is somewhat in between there. The tongue position is half raised and lips open. I is stretched, open is stretched like E. I, A, the lips
I.
stretched sideways. Next is we have the sound O sound as in pole or cone. When we say cone, the O sound after the co, like after the cone. When we say cone, there is a O sound there in between.
Pole. Cone.
Yeah, cone, pole, Rome, that O sound which comes in there, pole, O sound, O. So that is our next on the chart. So what's happening with O? O again is relaxed. We are trying to say and then changing it to U. Start with change it to U and change it to U quickly. O. So starting with there is something, the throat is relaxed. When you say O, like in boat or coat, that or goat, O sound, O sound, the throat is relaxed like O, is not tense as E. Your muscles are not moving up, throat muscles. And then O, tongue is relaxed like A only. It's not raised or anything. Natural position, but the lips are playing a part here. Lips are circle. Okay? The small circle when we say O. Small circle. O.
Small.
the lips are forming small circle when we are trying to say O. So, like the example for this English word example is like goat. O, the O sound which comes in between. That O is the sound on the chart here. So I'm giving the symbol O here, the uppercase O.
Where
O. Again, this is similar to A. This is O is also a mixed vowel compound. It's a mixture of and U. O. So we are mixing and U. So it is considered a long sound because it is a mixture of two simple vowels. O is considered long. So the duration specified for this is similar to the long vowels like E, U. So similar to that, O is a long sound. Duration is long. The next one is ow. What is the word for ow here? Like in down, down. Not dawn, but down. So when you say down,
Down.
Crown,
Down.
that ow sound in between, in between that down word, ow. We're saying ow.
Down.
Again, we are not elongating ah here. Like this is a mixture of ah and u. Ah and u. Ow. Ow.
Down.
But again, we are saying it quickly. That ow sound. Ow. We are not dwelling or staying on that ah sound for a long time. Ah and u mixed is a combination, but we are going to pronounce those two vowels quickly. Ow. So similar to I, ow is pronounced. I was a mixture of a and e, whereas ow is a mixture of a and u. Ow,
Oh.
but pronounced quickly. Ow.
Oh.
So here also ow, like o, is relaxed. Tongue is relaxed.
Well, oh. What? What? Pull.
Tongue is relaxed, and
Oh.
what the lips here, ow, they are a circle here. But compared to o, ow, they are starting. The lips are starting wide because it starts ah, like it's starting as ah. We're starting with ah here while pronouncing ow. The lips, because of that, the lips start in the wide open and they fall back to a smaller circle. Like ow, ow,
Oh.
ow. So this is the entire list of the vowels which are on the chart of letters of Sanskrit language here as of today.
So may I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Hi, this is Jazare. Back on the E letter, can I ask about that one? Okay, the examples you have are pink, and that sound is an I, pink, I, such as in arpita, arpita.
Yeah.
I don't think we pronounce it arpita. It's arpita, I, arpita, not arpita.
Arpata.
Arpita.
Punk.
So my understanding is the short E is I, not E. Is that right?
No. The short E is just E, not A.
But then pink is not a good example because you
Yes,
don't
yes.
say pink,
Correct,
you
correct.
say pink.
Yeah, these are not good examples. These are just approximate. I don't
Oh.
myself, because these are picked up from some of the books, but so these are not exactly not the exactly
Can you
represent.
would you pronounce for me a couple past participles where it ends with ITA, like Arpita? Could I hear you say
Arpita.
Arpita? So that's I.
E. Arpita.
Pita.
Arpita. Arpita.
So the only thing is that no elongation. When you are saying, I'm hearing there's a long Arpita. We are not going to elongate it. Arpita.
Pita.
Yeah. So, for example,
Arpita.
see so this is the thing is that when I say pink, you may hear it differently because that may be weird because the how we have like from the childhood, like most of the Indians, our pronunciation we have learned like with this table with the sounds like this. So when I say like boot or father or pink, when you say that pink, that E sound or even the P sound is different than what I say because I cannot exactly produce that accent because we are not used to it as Indians. When we come to consonants, it becomes even more clear where this difference in accents lies there. So I hear that when you say Arpita, and I have heard that from many people, other people here, the tendency is to elongate that E sound there, Arpita. But here we are trying to shorten it because it is a short E. Arpita. Arpita.
Arpita.
Arpita.
Yes.
Arpita.
Yeah.
Arpita. Is that correct? Arpita.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So if Veena, if you can kindly repeat all these sounds once again from the first to the last.
Okay. America.
No, only the sound, the vowels, not the consonants.
E, E, U, R, R, E, I, O, O.
Yeah. Yes. Nice. So
Well, I didn't hear the U's, oo and oo. Could you do those again?
U, O, or the U one?
Yes, just there's a short and a long oo.
U, U,
U.
U, U.
So there again, that's like the E, and my understanding was the short oo is like put. It's like a but it's not. It's an oo sound.
yeah, that is U. Yeah. So here I'm writing.
And then you just.
Yeah.
And so when it's a long U, it's just a matter of holding it for a longer time. Is that right?
Correct. Correct. Yes.
But it's the same tone exactly.
Yeah. Same tone, same throat, same tongue position, everything same. Longer duration. Ooh. Ooh.
All right. Thanks.
So since now we have seen all these sounds, vowel sounds, and we have tried to, for now, represent this, write this in with our own symbols. I think it's a time to look at the Devanagari symbols, Devanagari script for these vowels. So the first one is obviously the transliteration is incorrect. It should be lowercase a. But anyway, so the one we saw in America, the sound, or the but sound, there, or umbrella, the first sound.
But.
Yeah. So here it is in Devanagari script. It is written like this. The one you see here, the script is written like this. So how many of you are not familiar with the Devanagari script, or how many of you are actually familiar with can read Devanagari script?
I'm
not.
familiar.
So Veena cannot, and
I can. This is Shiva.
Shiva, you can read.
I will say about 90% familiar.
Okay.
This is Stephen. No, I don't know it.
Okay. Most of you. No problem. So the first sound.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with it. We are really used to the translated form of Sanskrit.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. So we'll look at the Devanagari script because this makes it easier instead of continuing to use the transliteration of using the Roman script because it is not phonetic, the Roman script. For example, to represent there are lesser number of symbols in the Roman script for the purpose what we need to represent all these sounds or the sounds which are on the alphabet of Sanskrit language. So if you continue using this transliteration scheme, it will be difficult. We need to be creative, like some area to use the uppercase letters, lowercase letters, some double letters, and so on. So instead of that, it will be easier if we start using this Devanagari script. It's not very difficult. There are very simple rules, or understand the style of this is simple. And there are workbooks which I'll send you the links. You can download, and you can practice it writing also. So the first one is here. So here the instructions with the numbers also shown here how to actually write. I mean, this is just a guideline. The directions of these strokes is a guideline, but some people might, when writing, they may write in a different direction, starting from, for example, when we write a here. So I'll start from the top, like here number 1 is shown, right? The number 1 I'm going to write here from the top, and then I'll now without lifting the pen, I'll continue like number 2. Then I lift the pen, then I'll start number 3 there, that horizontal stroke, and then lift the pen, then start 4 from top to bottom, like this, and then number 5, left to right. This is what is shown. But some people might change that. They may start like this, and they may write like from left to right, number 3. That's fine. It's not like hard and fast rule, as long as it looks similar. So once again, there may be small variations, like here in this printed version you see like this. This is like something used like a stylus or a nib here. So here you may say this might look like somewhat like a curve or like this, which is not necessary. You can just keep it a simple horizontal line. These are like this and then like this. And then also other note is that here the upper that curve looks small, and the lower one looks big here, like, which is again not necessary. That's not necessary, or that's not the rule actually. Both can be equal, or the top can be sometimes bigger, like this, and both can be equal. That is fine. All are accepted. So one thing you notice in all this, whatever you see right now on the screen, and actually it is the same thing true for all the letters, in this script, Devanagari script. So they have this horizontal line on the top, horizontal line. So they are like hanging letters. So unlike the Roman script, English script, like which are like standing, they stand on a line, the imaginary line. But here there is an actual line from which they are look like they are hanging. So there is a horizontal line. So here we have shown a, then the a sound. This I have written just for your understanding what we that similar sound in those words. And as somebody pointed out, it's not exactly that sound, but it's an approximate. Again, we have to stick to the table we just wrote, e sound. And also there are, the throat, lips, and the tongue position that we have to know. And again, when we come to the words, when these are used in the words, then we'll in a better position to understand how these are to be pronounced. For example, that was arpita sound, arpita. So like that, e sound, how it is pronounced. So with the words, we'll come to know in a better way. So here, a is written same as a, same. First write a, but before doing that horizontal line on the top, we add one more vertical line as shown here, number 5. One more vertical line, and then the horizontal line on the top. A. A.
Follow. Follow. But.
Then E sound. Sorry, E. The script is like this. It's very curvy. So as you see here, A, B, C, D, they are shown here. A is like A starting. You start with the top A, that part, like a small vertical line, and then without lifting, no lifting anywhere, A, B, C, D, for the whole thing, no lifting. So then here actually you can form a loop there. This is not like it has to be filled. There's no filling there. So E is a loop, and then horizontal line on the top. A, B, C, D, the top there. The next one, the long E sound, that is also same as E, the short E, first write short E, and then on top you make a like a hook. Again, the actual exact angles and all that do not matter, as long as it looks similar. For example, here the top, this vertical line, the short vertical line, if it is little bit angled, it is fine like this. And if this is like more looks like a line instead of very curved like this, that is also fine. Like this, doesn't matter. So then you make a horizontal line, and for the hook also, if you make exactly like a vertical line like this, it is okay, but generally it starts with a like a angle towards the left side, and then a curve like a hook. E, this is a long E, short E, long E. Now we have U, short U. Again here this A, B without lifting the pen or the pencil. So here it looks like it is starting like a horizontal, vertical on the top. It doesn't have to be. So you can write it like a 3, the number 3 in English, like this. This is fine, and a horizontal line on the top. U, short U. The long U is same thing, 3 and horizontal line, and a hook starting in the middle. Hook in the middle. U. For E, we have hook on the top, but for long U, we have hook in the middle here. Now this R sound and the long R sound, these are in Devanagari. The script is like this, which a little bit looks complicated, but I'll write it. Okay. Now here A, see, this is the thing. Now the way I write here is like start with the vertical line first in the middle, which forms like a reference vertical line, and then A and B, what they are shown here, A and B. So I start with this line and this line, and then on the right side, so here start like this and like this. So this is fine, and then we can make a horizontal line. This is also fine, but technically there is another line like this here, and a small hook in the bottom there. So here first vertical line, then this, then like this. So this is also fine. So here vertical line like this, and on the right side you start like this, and you can make like this. This is fine, but to keep it easy, like this and like this. Slight curl here. This is fine. Like this, small curl. Okay. Because of the fonts, computer fonts and all that, these when we see it in print, this may look a little bit different. But when we actually write it with the hand, then there may be slight variations, which is fine. And for long ru, it is similar like ru, but there are two curls at the bottom. Ru, long ru. And the ru sound, this is
Wet. Ru.
This is first you write this sideways three, like if you look at the last slide here. Here we are writing oo, which is like a oo, which is like a three, like this, and horizontal line. But for lu in Devanagari, we are writing the three like sideways, sleeping, and then we are adding a small hook at the bottom. This is important, this hook, and a line at the top, vertical, a short vertical line, and then horizontal. Finally, final line is horizontal. So first line you can write, and then you, without lifting the pen, you can make the hook, and then vertical line, and then horizontal. Now in some variations you can find, and you can also write it like that, no problem. So that, say it looks like this, and vertical line like this, and like this, which is the same thing. It can be like this, no problem, no issue. Or even this vertical line, in some places you can find in the middle, which is okay, which usually you don't, but in case you find it like that, it's okay.
Table. Table. Table.
Okay, so table, the l is our sound here, not the entire that word table, but the l sound. Only for this symbol is only for l, not for the table. Table is just the example I have shown.
Table. Table. Aye. Table. Double. Table.
No. Why are you saying table?
Table.
No, we don't want to say table. This word is shown here just to indicate this sound used in this in that word. We don't want to sound these entire words. These are just examples we used previously to understand the sounds, these sounds. So for l, this is the script. So once we are familiar with the script, we are going to just forget these English words we used to understand these sounds and just focus on these sounds only. So we should not go back and try to use the words from other languages to approximate these sounds. So initially we started with that to get some approximation of the sounds. But once we know the sound and once we know the script, so we have to just forget and get rid of those actual English words and the sounds, how they are sounded in those English words. So we just forget that and start using these actual sounds as they are supposed to be used in Sanskrit language, and then also the Devanagari script. So the A sound in Devanagari script, it is written like this, A, which is like start from the top here, and again as you see here, there is in the print here there is a small, looks like a small curl here, which is not needed. Don't do that. Just write a simple angled line like this, okay? Angled line A, and then one short vertical line like this. But here in the print it is shown like this, something like this, which not necessary, and it should not be done actually. It's not like a curved one like that, small curve. So just a vertical line and then horizontal line. Okay. Simple. Then angled line, one vertical line, and then horizontal line at the top. A. This is the A sound. And now I sound, I. What is the A sound? A, remember, just for A sound is a combination of A and E. That is A sound. But it is written like A is written like this. Now I sound is written like this. It is same as A to begin with, and then we put an angled line on the top. So here as you see, if I don't actually touch this horizontal line at the top, that is fine. If you touch, that is also fine. I. Now the next one is O sound. O sound is similar to A. A itself was starting with A first. Then we write another vertical line which makes it A. This is A. And then we add a slanted line on the top from left to right. Okay? From left to right. Some people, if they start from left to right and then top to bottom. Some people, if they start from top to bottom, that is fine. And while actually writing, it should look like this. So O. Now O, as you see, it is very similar, but we are going to just write O first and then add another slant line on the top, originating from the same position. In the print here, it looks like they are from a different position, which is okay. That will be different if you make like write like this and write like this, which is fine. But if they both start from the same position, that is also okay. Oh.
Oh, go.
Yeah. So these are the different these are the scripts for different sounds, symbols for different sounds used in the Devanagari script. Different symbols in the Devanagari script for the vowels. So we studied 13 vowels which are on the chart of letters of Sanskrit language. So the 13 sounds, 13 vowels are A, I, U, 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 A, I,
I, U, I.
Then the last two are O, O.
Oh.
Yeah.
O.
O, O.
Oh. Oh.
Let me show it here. I think now you can see it. O, O at the bottom. O, O.
Oh.
So these 13, if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there are 13 vowels on the Sanskrit chart of letters, and the positions of throat, tongue and lips are given here. Now in the Devanagari script, which is used today mostly, I mean even today also you can find many books with a different script for Sanskrit. Sanskrit itself did not have actually its own script or a special script or something like that. The Sanskrit was primarily just a sound-based spoken language for many, many years. And the different communities, people who use this Sanskrit language, they use their own script to write it. So in India also, different parts of the India, they use different languages, regional languages. They have different scripts, and they use, even today also, they use their own script to write Sanskrit language. And in many books of English, written in English on Sanskrit, we find the transliteration using the Roman script, like what we have used here, the uppercase A's, the lowercase a, uppercase I, lowercase I, and so on. They continue use throughout. They do not use the Devanagari script in many books, but that's okay for the understanding purpose. It may be easier for them to read in that case, but for a sustainable, longer, the serious learning, where we find most of the books in Sanskrit, they're using this Devanagari script, which is more suitable because it is also based on the phonetics, which can more accurately represent the sound-based language. So we will study this and practice this Devanagari script and then start using it. So with that, we can close today's session, and I will send you.
I have a question. Sorry, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
If I want to practice this Devanagari writing, that horizontal line, should it be on, if I'm doing it on a line paper, the horizontal line should be on a line?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So the workbook which I am going to send it to you will have these lines, and it will show some examples. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So the horizontal line on the top will be on a line.
Mm-hmm.
So basically there will be, for example, there will be 4 lines in the workbook, and then it will show you like this, something like this, and like this, joining here on the top here. Okay. We can start with that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and have a good week and weekend, and we'll meet next week.
Thank you, Sanjeev.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend,
You too.
everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.